Hi everyone, it's Cal.
I'm back in the kitchen.
I wanted to show you what I've been working on this past few years. I've completed one section of the Zodiac Code and I'm hoping that it's going to help you. Um, the part that I've completed is the second chakra. Oh, and a big shout out to Max for saying, Cal, I'd like to learn more about the chakra system because I looked into that and it's bar none. It was amazing how the code and just fits right in there. Research, of course, was super heavy duty before I discovered AI. But still, I had to go into a whole bunch of medical journals. Second chakra from the code is the liver and the pericardium. Those are the two organs that rule the second chakra, and these two organs are ruled by Jupiter. So we're going to look into the emotional origins of what's going on with the liver and what you can do about it. And just sort of, it's going to be a really basic overview. But the research behind it was heavy duty. So I hope you enjoy it. Here it is. Let's get going. As previously discussed, metaphor is the language of the Great Mother, and the energies of the zodiac exist within our internal organs. And the archetypes of the zodiac are a language that metaphorically refers to the type of energy of each zodiac, which exists within each organ of the human body. And the metaphor is a reminder of the organ's needs. So here we have an ancient image of the zodiacs on a human figure because, as mentioned, the ancients knew this. And I've highlighted the second chakra here because we will be addressing the two organs of this chakra that rule it, which is the liver and the pericardium. This ancient image of the archetypes of the zodiac on the human figure is a metaphoric map that we can follow. So let's look at how this works. Now, on the left, we have the astro wheel, which is both the zodiac combined with the meridian wheel from ancient Chinese medicine. On the right, we have our very own solar system being built within the human body, as we previously discussed, and it is the Kundalini that unites all our inner planets when they are in steady balance. So balance brings the bounty in a variety of ways, and today we're talking about the second chakra, which is ruled by Jupiter and referring to its two organs, the liver and the pericardium, which I've highlighted here. And the liver and the pericardium, they house the energy of Pisces and Sagittarius. Let's see how those relate to the human body. Okay, so again, the second chakra is ruled by Jupiter, and liver energy and pericardium energy form our own Jupiter within our cosmic body. Basically, Jupiter represents empathy, hope, optimism, fairness, the arts, creativity, expansiveness, generosity, flexibility, adaptability, truthfulness, integrity, exploration, and deep seeking. So this is what we are attaining to become. We're striving to become, Kay. So first, I just want to address Maslow's hierarchy of needs, because when considering the second chakra, it's almost like the second chakra is two-tiered. The safety needs underpin the development of the Jupiterian qualities. So as the ability to express the higher human qualities happen once safety is secured. So without safety, the mind is in survival mode. focused on protecting itself and its resources rather than connecting or creating or contributing. And once safety is reasonably assured, it unlocks the higher energy, the higher level for empathy, hope, fairness, generosity, and creative pursuits. So let me show you how safety needs allows access to the higher psychological characteristics of Jupiter. So for example, empathy occurs when people feel safe physically, emotionally, and financially. Then they can focus outward instead of inward. Again, for example, someone who isn't constantly worried about personal harm or survival can truly listen to and understand another's feelings. Hope and optimism will arise as a sense of security fosters the belief that the future is predictable and manageable. Individuals can hope for better outcomes instead of being trapped in anxiety about immediate threats. Safety often comes with rules, orders, and social justice. So, experiencing fairness or understanding injustice relies on the perception of security. If people feel unsafe or unprotected, fairness becomes secondary to survival. When safety is achieved, fairness can easily occur. So the arts, creativity, expansiveness all happen when the mind isn't preoccupied with immediate danger. Safety provides the mental space to explore ideas, play, and take risks in thoughts and action. And generosity comes as sharing resources or time presumes some sense of stability. If safety needs are unmet, like scarcity of food or shelter or money, then generosity diminishes because survival is always prioritized. Nature has just set it that way. Flexibility and adaptability, as safety provides a stable foundation from which one can take calculated risks and adapt to change. Without stability, flexibility is reactive and fear-driven rather than creative or constructive. So truthfulness and integrity are emitted as feeling safe encourages honesty because there's less fear of punishment, retaliation, or social rejection. When safety is threatened, people may hide or manipulate to protect themselves. Seeking and exploration occur as a secure environment and allows curiosity and the pursuit of knowledge or spiritual growth. Exploration is much harder when basic survival or security is in question. So again, once we hit that, the lower octave, we move into the higher octaves. And really, this presentation is about the higher octaves that push the energy upwards. So we're going to be talking about that, but I did want to just point out the lower octave, which is in Maslow's hierarchy of needs and the second chakra. Okay, let's go forward. So if we look at a cross-section of the pericardium and the liver, which form the second chakra to create Jupiter energy, we will find that they both share the diaphragm wall. The pericardium is attached to the central tendon of the diaphragm by fibrous tissue. This means that when you breathe, the diaphragm's movement gently moves the heart within the pericardium sac, and this connection helps coordinate breathing and blood circulation. The liver lies directly under the right dome of the diaphragm, and it's attached to the diaphragm by ligaments. This close contact is why you can sometimes feel liver tension or discomfort during deep breathing, and why liver movement influences the diaphragm and vice versa. The pericardium and the liver are both structurally linked to the diaphragm wall through different attachments. This shared relationship means breathing deeply not only massages the liver, but influences the pericardium, and why its heart, which is why the diaphragmatic breathing supports both circulation and liver blood detoxification. So again, this is the physical link between the liver and the pericardium for the second chakra. So let's look at the liver first. This metaphoric image refers to a cycle of energetic flow through the human body to eventually link all the organs together for power and health. If we look at Pisces, the fish, understanding that it represents the liver, we see that the Pisces is located by the feet, because the feet are actually the key to knowing when your liver is out of balance. And the fish tell us metaphorically what's needed to bring the liver into balance. So let's digress. A look at the liver. The liver is the body's largest internal organ and a powerhouse for running the body. It filters blood, removing toxins, drugs, alcohol, and metabolic waste. It produces bile, which helps digest fats and converts carbohydrates, proteins from food, and usable energy. It regulates blood chemistry. It balances cholesterol, hormones, and amino acids. It supports immunity by screening blood from the digestive tract for pathogens. The liver is kind of like the body's detox center, the big energy manager, and the chemical factory all in one. So now the organ of the liver is represented by Pisces because it's unique. It receives blood from two sources, the hepatic artery, which is oxygen-rich blood from the heart, and the portal vein, which is nutrient-rich, partially deoxygenated blood from the digestive system. These two streams allow it to filter, detoxify, and metabolize nutrients efficiently. The liver's bile cleanses the blood, processing waste, and it's composed mainly of salts, which are used to break down energy. Now, bile flows in the opposite direction as the bloodstream. So energy, which is chyme, broken down food particles and other things, moving through the liver can metaphorically be likened to Pisces, which is really just the Latin plural for fish, moving through bile, which is salty water like seawater. So fish is a really good analogy to represent the liver. So after processing, the energy then switches direction to now enter the bloodstream. So metaphorically speaking, fish seemingly moving in two different directions reminds us of the dual blood flow of the liver. In the liver energy moves. When liver energy moves through the liver to be refined, again, it then finishes and enters the bloodstream, switching directions to flow in the opposite way. And this is important to know because if the energy doesn't switch directions, then it becomes inert and causes stagnation, which forms poor circulation in the feet, and then all sorts of other maladies eventually happen. It's important to note that metaphorically, fish navigate the flow of life like the ocean. So using a symbol of two fish going in different directions, again, is a really good metaphor to remember how the liver functions. The glyph for Pisces is a basic drawing of the liver channel from traditional Chinese medicine, which is over 5,000 years old. The liver channel moves up the inner legs from the toes to the thigh to the groin and the pubic area. It continues past the stomach to the liver, where it ends at the gallbladder. Now, the bar running across the meridians is really the dime. Here it's a little bit low, which in Chinese medicine provides core stability, proper energetic circulation in the abdomen, and smooth hip and pelvic movements. So now let's look at the symptoms of liver imbalance and how the ancient metaphor map that we originally saw and the glyph can help rebalance the organ. Okay, so looking at when the liver is out of balance, the physical symptoms. So liver pain can feel like dull or an aching feeling right under the right rib cage, sometimes radiating to the right shoulder or the back or both, and it can be felt as mild discomfort or heaviness or fullness rather than sharp pain. And it can include fatigue, nausea, indigestion, especially after rich meals, along with bloating or abdominal distension. So when the liver is out of balance, the individual can experience dark urine or pale stools, itchy skin, or persistent mild fever, abdominal swelling, and yellowing of the skin or eyes, which is known as jaundice in more acute conditions with the liver. Now, because the liver meridian runs up the inner leg into the groin and inner thighs, imbalance can show up as weakness there, or tension, or tightness, or pain, or the legs can feel weak or heavy, or all of these signs. These are all signs of energy stagnation or blood deficiency from the liver. Cramping or restless legs can relate to liver blood issues due to undernourishing the muscles, along with hot sensations or inflammation in the thighs. Difficulty standing firmly or walking confidently, which are energetic grounding issues due to a lack of proper liver functioning. Emotional blockages in the liver can also correlate with tight hip flexors, groin tension, or even shakiness in the legs. Also, inner thigh pain without clear injury can relate to hormonal imbalances because the liver processes hormones. So the liver is responsible for many things happening in the body, and these are some of the indications of some of the physical symptoms when the liver is out of balance. So now let's go back to looking at this ancient metaphoric map. Now the liver meridian runs down to the feet, to the big toe. And it is the feet that initially give us clues to liver imbalances before the liver goes into more acute issues. If the liver is overburdened, according to traditional Chinese medicine, stagnant liver flow can create heat, which moves downwards, manifesting as hot inner thighs to hot soles of the feet, especially at night. Liver imbalance can also show up as cold or numb feet, cramps in the toes or arches, dry and brittle toenails, tingling or spasms in the legs or feet, itchy feet, itchy inner thighs, all signs of liver congestion, along with night sweats, red eyes, and irritability. So according to TCM, traditional Chinese medicine, bitter taste, dry mouth, dry throat, itchiness, numbness, swelling is classic liver dysfunction. Now, Western medicine sees liver dysfunction as leading to peripheral nerve issues, neuropathy, where poor detoxification affects circulation and nerve endings, which affect muscle tone and energy in the feet. This too is true. So both are correct. So now when the liver is out of balance, let's look at some of the emotional symptoms. The liver supports vision along with the self's internal vision, along with decision making and ambition that support that internal vision. And when the individual's mind body is out of balance, the emotions resulting from liver stagnation are anger, frustration, resentment, bitterness, self aggression, withdrawal, silent judgment, and emotional exhaustion, where one is smiling on the outside but burning up on the inside. This is a person who becomes easily emotionally hurt. This is the negative emotional nature of Pisces, where they struggle to realize their dreams but don't want to pursue them because they feel the world will crush them. They feel they cannot be creative, and so they stop dreaming out of fear. They feel stifled, like they have no control over their destiny. They have mood swings, suppressed anger, irritability, PMS, or menstruational irregularities, which can be liver related. The largest emotion that the liver really has to handle is anger and resentment. Those are the biggest ones. And resentment is formed over time by suppression. So anger is suppressed when it feels unsafe or unable to express itself directly. And so it internalizes this frustration, this self-blame, this rigidity. Resentment protects against one's vulnerability. So resentment is feeling wronged, mistreated, and unacknowledged, and it's held on to for a really long time. Strong emotions like irritation, resentment, or bursts of frustration can further create an unbalanced liver if the emotions don't flow out. So they get stored in the liver and they cause blocks. So let's look at anger, which is a primary immediate emotion. Its function signals that a boundary has been crossed, a value has been violated, or that something feels unjust. And this energy is really quick, hot, outward like fire. If expressed cleanly, it can be clarifying and even protective. For example, if you say, no, that's not okay, to something that goes against you. Resentment is a secondary stored emotion, and its function, well, it often arises when anger wasn't expressed, wasn't acknowledged, and wasn't resolved. Its energy is slow, heavy, and inward, like a stone sitting in your chest. It's anger that has solidified over time, often mixed with disappointment or a sense of powerlessness. So expression is so vital. Let's move on to what we can do about it. So when we get into healing the liver, we're going to talk about healing with thoughts and healing through exercise and deeds, which are kind of the same thing, but I've separated them out, and healing the liver with words. So let's get into the self-care, which is a necessity, because protecting your energy and emotions with these tools allows you to remain deeply compassionate for yourself and creatively vibrant without burning out. So when it comes to metaphor, the fish are generally seen as representing conscious life or vitality moving through the physical and the emotional currents of existence, which include the emotional, intuitive, and unconscious aspects of life. So when we are in love, which is flow, love is flow, the liver is happy. Pisces represents the liver, and we can begin to heal the liver by appealing to its sensitivity and softening it with self-soothing to drop the intensity of the emotion by using the mind deliberately. So being empathetic to the self or to others can also be a comfort strategy that often involves creating a safe, immersive, emotional cocoon. Sincere spirituality, mysticism, and trusting in the unseen can help recalibrate the liver, along with meditation or really any kind of soulful practice that releases the hard emotions of anger, resentment, irritability, or frustration. Overall, cultivating more faith and optimism can really help unblock liver flow. Practicing self-compassion, prayer, provides emotional clarity and connection to something larger than oneself. And so we can begin by appealing gently to our thoughts and our ideas, and allowing a bit of release there. So that's the first stage, really, is the thoughts. So if we move into exercise, because exercise is really vital. Here are some gentle support tips for releasing the liver, kind of with a Pisces theme, which is watery and dreamy. So stretching the liver meridians, the inner thighs and hips, through poses, let's say like butterfly pose or wide-legged forward bends, can initiate balance by bringing release. Water therapy activities like swimming, walking by a lake, these types of things induce bile flow along with drinking more water. Water has a naturally calming effect on the fire within. So drinking water can bring on liver's sensitivity by cooling it. You can try adding gentle meditation while moving in water for deeper relaxation. Liver deficiency often worsens with tension and suppressed emotions. So doing gentle yoga, doing qigong, doing slow moving tai chi, or expressive dance to release liver tension along with deep diaphragmatic breathing can really help get the movement going and release all the inner tensions. So avoiding overwork is critical because liver energy is depleted by long hours, constant thinking, and lack of rest. And the liver loves soft, gentle movements. So just remember, think Pisces. So liver stretches and exercises that support blood circulation can help stimulate the release. Do side stretches lying on your back or standing and arm raises to open the rib cage with gentle twisting poses. These support liver blood circulation, and gentle calming of the liver, and therefore releasing blocks, both emotional and physical. So this really is just kind of a quickie, brief look at some things to stimulate release within the liver. And of course, doing them one time could help, but really making a practice of it is critical. So healing the liver with deeds. So exercises can really be included in this, but we can also stimulate liver blood flow by doing emotional work to release blocks such as the big ones, anger and resentment, which can help in release. So we can immerse ourselves in creative activities that stimulate flow rather than, blockage, by doing painting, drawing, writing poetry, even journaling works really well. Playing an instrument, composing music. Creative activities actually transform the liver intensity into something tangible and sometimes really beautiful. So writing or sketching emotions when you feel agitated can really help. Doing art therapies can be empathetic and self-compassionate. And but even doing foot soaks with Epsom salts can help with circulation and lymph drainage. Soaking in a bath with essential oils while listening to ocean sounds can stimulate release. Um, and it will also stimulate empathy and compassion, which can also be stimulated through types of music like ambient music or ethereal music or even sound baths, with a gong. These soft vibrations resonate with the liver's soft emotional frequency to help release tension and block. So get creative and create a soothing playlist for different moods like sad, stress, or overwhelmed. You can use even sensory comforts like warm drinks, aromatherapy, soft blankets, scented candles, anything that engages the senses in a soothing kind of watery way to ground the emotions. Retreat into solitude with quiet reading, nature walks, and cozy alone time. This really protects the liver from overstimulation and gives space to process emotions. Do compassionate actions if you feel like it in the community, such as helping others. Humanitarian work also feels natural and soft, when you're volunteering or helping a friend, these acts of kindness, even towards animals. This emotional change activates releases through, the giving of service and giving a sense of purpose and lightness to you. So even small gestures can be deeply healing, like writing a supportive note to someone. But also sleep is key. So going to bed early and avoiding late night work because liver regenerates at night. So at night, you can even do warm castor oil packs over the liver or on the upper thigh area. Castor oil packs can reduce inflammation and improve detox. Gentle liver detox practices like warm lemon water, eating light meals so that you don't gorge the liver, and adding bitters and greens to your meals, along with plenty of rest, can really help soothe and detoxify the liver. So try to remember Pisces theme when you're trying to uh, lessen the burden on the liver so that a detox can happen, a release can happen. You want to make things soft, dreamy, and positive, like Pisces. Okay, so healing the liver with words. So words are really activational. Each organ in traditional Chinese medicine has a healing sound, and the liver's healing sound is shu. And it's spelled XU and it's pronounced shu. And this sound helps release excess heat, stagnation, and emotional toxicity from the liver. So you can practice by sitting comfortably or stand with your feet shoulder width apart. Inhale deeply through the nose and exhale so slowly while softly making the sound shoo, shoo. Shoo. And let it vibrate gently through your chest and your sides as you exhale. Visualize green light because in Chinese medicine, green is considered to be the color of the liver in order to release tension and anger and stagnation. So you can also silently affirm while exhaling if you like. I release anger and frustration. My liver is calm, clear, detoxified, and balanced. or even I am grounded in peace and openness to help clear anger or resentment, bring calmness. You can also place a hand over your liver and say, I release any anger, stagnation, and resentment, all under grace and in a perfect way. Or even, I cultivate kindness and patience, and my liver flows in harmony. You can say this as a daily ritual while we're massaging the liver area in a clockwise direction, or you can also create your own healing mantras or chants or affirmations to meet with any obstacle that you are holding on to with anger or resentment. Healing the liver with words is powerful. All these practices together can have a massive impact. Okay, so this is the end of part one. This is just a brief overview of the liver and how it relates to the second chakra. Okay, so get ready for part two, where we'll look at the pericardium, and ultimately part three, where we'll look at how the two work together.